All right, chapter 63, Exion. Exion, a son of Phlegrus, the Lapith king, agreed to marry Dia, daughter of Aeonius, Eonius, promising rich bridal gifts and inviting Eonius to a banquet, but had laid a pitfall in front of the palace with a great charcoal fire underneath, into which the unsuspecting Aeonius fell and was burned. B. Though the lesser gods thought this a heinous deed and refused to purify Exion, Zeus, having behaved equally ill himself when in love, not only purified him, but brought him to eat at his table. C. Exion was ungrateful and planned to seduce Hera, who he guessed would be glad of a chance to revenge herself on Zeus for his frequent unfaithfulness. Zeus, however, reading Exion's intentions, shaped a cloud into a false Hera, with whom Exion, being too far gone in drink to notice the deception, duly took his pleasure. He was surprised in the act by Zeus, who ordered Hermes to scourge him mercilessly until he repeated the words, "Benefactors deserve honor," and then bind him to a fiery wheel which rolled without cease through the sky. D. The false Hera, afterwards called Nephele, bore Exion the outcast child Centaurus, who, when he grew to manhood, is said to have sired horse centaurs on magnesium mares, of whom the most celebrated was the learned Charon. Wow. Footers. 1. Exion's name, formed by Exerus, strength, and Io, moon, also suggests Iexeus, mistletoe, as an oak king with mistletoe genitals. Representing the thunder god, he ritually married the rain-making moon goddess and was then scourged so that his blood and sperm would fructify the earth. Beheaded with an axe, emasculated, spread-eagled to a tree, and roasted, after which his kinsmen ate him sacramentally. Aion is the Homeric epithet for a river, but Dia's father is called Dioneus, meaning ravager, as well as Eonius. Eonis. 2. The moon goddess of the oak cult was known as Dia of the sky, a title of the Dododon, oak goddess, and therefore of Zeus's wife Hera. That old-fashioned kings called themselves Zeus and married Dia of the rain clouds naturally displeased the Olympian priest, who misinterpreted the ritual picture of the spread eagle Lapith king as recording his punishment for impiety, and invented the antecedent of the cloud. On an Etruscan mirror, Exion is shown spread eagle to a fire wheel with a mushroom tinder at his feet elsewhere. He is bound in the same fivefold bond with which the Irish hero Corori tied Cuchulainn, bent backwards into a loop, with his ankles, wrists, and necks tied together like Osiris in the Book of the Dead. This attitude recalls the burning wheels rolled downhill at European midsummer festivities as a sign that the sun has reached its zenith and must now decline again until the winter solstice. Exion's pitfall is unmetaphorical. Surrogate victims were needed for the sacred king, such as prisoners taken in battle, or failing these, travelers caught in traps. The myths seem to record a treaty made by Zeus's Hellenes with the Lapiths, Phlegians, and Centaurs, which was broken by the ritual murder of Hellenic travelers and the seizure of their womenfolk. The Hellenes demanded and were given an official apology. 3. Horses were sacred to the moon, and hobby horse dances designed to make rain fall have apparently given rise to the legend that the centaurs were half horse, half man. The earliest Greek representation of centaurs, two men joined at the waist of horses' bodies, is found on a Mycenaean gem from the harem at Argos. They face each other and are dancing. A similar pair appear on a Cretan bead seal, but since there was no native horse cult in Crete, the motif has evidently been imported from the mainland. In archaic art, the satyrs were also pictured as hobby horsemen, but later goats. Centaurus will have been an oracular hero with a serpent's tail, and the story of Boreas mating with mares is therefore attached to him. All right, then.